Why does every triangle have an area of 1/2 base times height? If you take a right angle triangle, or if you take an obtuse angled triangle, or even if you take an acute angled triangle, all of them have exactly the same area, 1/2 base times height. Let's derive first the formula for the right angle triangle. If you take a square, or if you take a rectangle, it is easy, by definition, to know that the area is base times height. Now, if you take that square or rectangle and divide it in half on the diagonal side, then you will obtain a right-angled triangle. And of course, since it's a half, the formula follows through. Now, what if you take an obtuse angled triangle? Let's try to derive that. So if you now transition from the right angle triangle and simply take an obtuse angled triangle, then we can't write out a square or a rectangle. However, we can add a right angled triangle on the left hand side, as you can see there, which creates a large right angled triangle. Now that can be shifted to the left, and a small right angled triangle will shift to the right, so that you can see that our obtuse angled triangle is nothing else but the subtraction of these two, the big one minus the small one. And if you do that, what you will obtain from the formula, that the small b simply cancels out. And what you have is your obtuse angled triangle, and your area is once again 1/2 base times height. Now the last one, the formula for the acute angle triangle, can proceed. But how do we derive that one? So if you do have an acute angled triangle, we can split it in the middle and obtain a right angled triangle on the left and on the right. Now from those, we can obtain the formula of 1/2 base times height, add them together, and the b1 plus the b2, which is the total base, is exactly 1/2 base times height for the acute angled triangle. So every triangle, no matter how it is oriented, you can always rotate it, flip it, and you will obtain either a right angled triangle, an obtuse, or an acute angled triangle. And the formula will always be 1/2 base times height.